Alright, so this is controlling lab 3. It's called the disappearing cross reaction. And basically what we're doing is we're going to be testing the effect of concentration on reaction time. So we're going to start off, what we're doing is we're going to be combining some sodium thiosulfate with hydrochloric acid. And we're recording how long it takes for the reaction to make it so we can't see. So we've got this little X here. We're going to record how long it takes until we can no longer see the X in the bottom of the beaker. So I have some sodium thiosulfate with a concentration of 0.15, but I'm going to be diluting it for the first few to make it a lower concentration. So I just added 10 milliliters of sodium thiosulfate, and I'm going to go ahead and top that off with another 40 milliliters of water, distilled water. So I have a total of 50 milliliters in my little beaker here. I'm going to give that a little stir to make sure it's all mixed up. Okay. Now, what I'm going to be doing is adding 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. Okay, and so the sodium thiosulfate and the hydrochloric acid are going to react to one another, and in the process we'll start to notice that the cross starts to disappear. So I'm going to add 10 milliliters of this hydrochloric acid, and you're going to record how long it takes for the cross to disappear. So get ready. All right. Start your timer. Okay, so that was 10 milliliters. Just going to give it one quick little stir to make sure it's mixing, and we're going to record this until that cross disappears. So far we can still see through. And while that one's going, I'm going to go ahead and get started on setting up the second one. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit hazy in there. Okay, the cross is starting to get foggy looking. So what's actually happening here, very, very slowly, a precipitate is being created, and that's why the liquids are starting, that's why it's starting to get all foggy and hazy. It's because all of that sulfur in the sodium thiosulfate is starting to separate and become pure sulfur, and so it's turning into a powder, making it harder to see through. So I can still see the cross though, so it's not quite there yet. Okay, we're getting pretty close. So make sure to record your time when you feel like the cross has disappeared, when you can't see it anymore. Get that time recorded down onto your table. Okay. Okay, that definitely looks pretty good to me. So I think that you should have stopped your timer before when I just took it off. Okay. Alrighty. Next, we have our second trial. I've already mixed up the sodium thiosulfate and the water. So this time it's 20 milliliters of sodium thiosulfate and 30 milliliters of distilled water, so it's a little bit more concentrated than our last trial. And again, I'm going to go ahead and add 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. Ready? Start your timer now. Okay, there's the hydrochloric acid. Give it one quick little stir. Okay. And make sure you're recording your times in seconds, please. We want it in seconds, not minutes. Okay, starting to get a little hazy. Getting pretty close there. Make sure to keep your eye on it. When you feel you can't see the cross anymore, you're gonna stop your timer. Okay, I'm getting the next one all prepped here. All right, you for sure should have stopped your timer at this point. Or sorry, second to last trial. This one is 40 milliliters sodium thiosulfate, 10 milliliters of water, so again, more concentrated, and adding the hydrochloric acid now. A little stir. All right, and time for the last